have. What are your expectations from this year's United Nations General Assembly? Something that you think should be discussed, first of all, concerning your country, Turkey.
Yeah, so first of all, I've been covering the UN for many, many years, and it's always been leaders coming here and bashing how obsolete this organization is. But actually this year, it's been dealing with like major budget constraints. The US has pulled funding. A lot of members are not paying their dues. So there are a lot of, so the future of this organization is somewhat grim, and we're on the brink of some sort of another tension in the whole world. And as far as Turkey, our president Erdogan always does the same thing too. He comes, he gives a speech, and he says how obsolete this organization has become. But this year, actually, maybe for the first time in many, many years, UNGA meetings have gained some sort of an importance, and that's the Palestine issue. A lot of Western nations, France, the UK, Canada, recognizing Palestine, and Erdogan's one of the most core diplomatic goals is the suffering in Palestine right now, and put pressure on leaders. And I've spoken to the president's team, and they said in every bilateral meetings this issue always comes up, and I think currently he's giving a speech for the two-state solution. Maybe, this recognition of the Palestinian state, will it help the suffering? That's what we don't know. Is it just a symbolic gesture? And after this meeting, is it just going to be good wishes, warm wishes, and just, yeah, okay, we recognize it, but what's the next step? That we don't know. And hopefully there will be some permanent solution. If not, it is, unfortunately, it looks like an organization on the verge of some sort of, I don't want to say collapse, but just day by day gradual obsolescence, I want to say.
And finally, besides Turkey, generally now around the world, the 80th ceremony is happening at a time where, like you clearly mentioned, there are issues between Turkey and Israel. There are issues between Russia and Ukraine still ongoing. Africa is still having its own issues, and parts of Europe. If there was to be one thing that you feel that this assembly should address, just one to start with, what comes to mind first?
I do want to say, just general, I think the world's, I think wars are isolated incidents in the sense that we've always had them, but the more fundamental issue is the growing rate of poverty and inequality in the world. And this organization, yeah, unfortunately it's been distracted by all these wars, but the fundamental problem remains is that the rich are getting richer. There's the middle class in every country is disappearing more and more, and there's a giant growing population of people who can't even afford basic needs, even in the US, which is one of the richest countries in the world. So I think that's a bigger picture issue, and of course wars need to be addressed, and they are being addressed, but that's also, this is a generational, very, very fundamental problem, I believe.
Thank you so much, Oray.